Sometimes stepping behind the counter of your favorite fast food chain can change your perception of its food forever. KFC employees couldn't look past these unsavory items. Similar to the paper gravy packets anyone can grab from the aisles of a local grocery store in a pinch, employees of KFC confirm that the chain's signature brown gravy gets its start in exactly the same way, and that it is a major turnoff. Gravy recipe? Reads the title of a Reddit thread crafted by a curious consumer. Without delay, multiple alleged workers hopped on to respond. One user claimed, "Comes from a bag. I work at KFC." Another detailed, "Bag of brown powder and hot water." Yet another went so far as to refer to the concoction as being a chemical mixture to which you add liquid. Whatever the case may be, the disdain these employees feel for the unexciting product is quite clear. With that said, another worker on the same thread described how their location uses leftover chicken bits from the fryer, called cracklings, to promote flavor. Clearly, this extra step isn't taken at the majority of KFC restaurants, since employee consensus appears to be negative regarding the potato topper. A staple for any holiday meal, mashed potatoes have been a favorite in American households since the 1700s. But while a quality recipe may call for a multi-step process of boiling, mashing, and mixing, things reportedly go a little differently for this potato side dish in the kitchens of KFC. In a Reddit thread titled, "How does KFC make their mashed potatoes taste so disgusting?" one displeased consumer speculated in the comments, "Isn't it freeze-dried mash that's mixed with water and heated, then held warm?" Multiple alleged employees quickly confirmed this description, explaining that, in a technique similar to the KFC gravy, the mashed potatoes come in packs of powder that are combined with hot water. While this notion obviously puts off many consumers, the feeling appears to be shared by those who must mix the mysterious potato powder themselves in the back of the KFC kitchens.
Say mashed potato! Never!
There's no doubt about it. Restaurants serving chicken need to take precautions. Poultry is listed among the top foods that can cause salmonella and other food-related illnesses by the CDC. A chicken tender that has not been prepared properly or has been touched by a pair of contaminated gloves, for example, could easily cause a consumer to become sick. If anything seems off, it should go without saying that said meat is disposed of, certainly not served to a hungry customer. However, employees on Reddit have alleged some rather questionable practices coming out of certain KFC locations. One DoorDash worker who picked up an order from KFC explained how they were allegedly stopped by an employee who followed them outside of the restaurant. The reason? The chicken, according to this worker, appeared sickly. But rather than taking these concerns seriously, the manager allegedly insisted that they serve it anyway. The employee felt it was unethical, perhaps even dangerous, to push it out to customers, so they refused to complete their shift. On a separate thread, another former employee outlined how their manager had allegedly ignored culinary safety guidelines by serving old chicken and poultry pieces that had touched the floor. Is there anything more comforting heading into the cold winter months than a warm chicken pot pie? KFC's variant features the classic combination of steaming sauce, softened potatoes, peas, carrots, and, of course, chicken. However, the poultry used within the savory mixture buried inside each of the pie's flaky outer crusts may not be the freshest in the kitchen. According to an employee on Reddit, who discouraged a user from buying this item, the meat inside is often several days old. When that user requested further information, the employee explained, "Anywhere from 8 hours to 3 days. After we close, the chicken that we did not sell gets deboned, put in a bag, and put into a refrigerator so we could use it for the pot pies." Another employee, who confirmed this method on a separate thread, also added, "If your store tells you they're out of pot pies until the truck comes, it may very well mean we haven't had any meat left over the last few nights." Fried chicken stands out for one primary reason: that quintessential, flavorful, and crunchy outer coating. Before they are dropped into hot oil, raw chicken parts are rolled in a mixture usually consisting of buttermilk, various seasonings, and flour. Needless to say, one would hope that the flour set out for coating is a fresh batch. However, according to employees, this is allegedly not the case at the KFC locations where they work. An alleged former employee on Reddit claimed that the flour in their KFC was rarely changed between chicken breading sessions. This disconcerting admission was then confirmed by a second employee on the same thread. Yup, never changed out the flour when I worked there either, just added to it and sifted after mixing. While this revelation may sound unappealing to some, it might not be enough to stop people from ordering the chain's sandwiches, nuggets, and tenders, as KFC remains one of the most sought-after places to get fried chicken, old flour or not.
What's good here?
Well, our mashed potatoes, sweet corn, our crispy chicken.
Yes, I want all of that, in layers, in that order.
KFC's famous bowls are a slew of warm mashed potatoes, sweet corn, gravy drizzle, and sprinkled cheese, served with the most succulent topper, steaming fried chicken. For years, handfuls of the chain's itty-bitty bite-sized popcorn chicken were used atop its potato bowls to create a savory crunch that many consumers felt made the dish complete. But since the chain replaced its popcorn chicken with chicken nuggets earlier in 2023, the bowls have been changed to reflect this. One alleged employee on Reddit confirmed, yes, these did replace popcorn chicken, which means that the famous bowl and mac and cheese bowls actually have these nuggets on top now instead of popcorn chicken. Change can be a difficult thing to swallow, especially when it comes to food. As you might expect, strong feelings followed. One user on this same thread called the bowl substitution a poor one, while another called out the fact that the nuggets, which are much bigger, do not deliver the same bite-sized crunch as the popcorn chicken. This consumer explains, "I always thought half the appeal of bowls was eating things in tiny bite-sized pieces, so you can mix the flavors together. Having giant chicken nuggets on top seems more like throwing all your food on one plate."